Well, the super small ball Houston Rockets team did not make it out of the second round in the NBA playoffs. They ended up losing to the Lakers 4-1. And yeah, it's kind of interesting because, everybody thought this small ball thing might be the way of the future, and now it's looking like maybe that's not the way to go. And now after that, Mike D'Antoni has come out and told the Rockets that he will not be returning as their head coach. And Russell Westbrook looked absolutely terrible in these playoffs. So really it comes down to ending this super small ball era for the Rockets, rebuilding them, and building the right team around James Harden and trying to win a championship. So that's what I plan to do today. But before I get into the video, as always, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on the post notifications by hitting that bell icon. And then like this video. Let's try and get 35 likes on today's video. I appreciate you. Now let's get into it. First order of business is firing Mike D'Antoni. So he is gone. Now we are going to bring in a good coach in Michael Stoffer. See, actually, let me look at other options first. Okay, none of the other options are real people either. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Michael Stoffer. The thing with Stoffer is he is a pace and space coach, which I think works good. But it's just like we can have a center now. And that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and get a center. And we're also going to trade Russell Westbrook. So, this team's going to look totally different. We'll leave the assistant GM for now. And the trainer will leave for now. We might get a new one in the offseason. We'll get a better assistant coach, though. Anyway, Mike D'Antoni. Okay. I was going to see if Mike D'Antoni would come in to be our assistant. But we'll go with Otis Newman. And, alright. So, let's take a look at our roster quick before we try and trade Westbrook. Yeah. So he's going to be gone. And we got to get a center, because literally the only centers on our roster are Tyson Chandler, who is old and not good anymore, and PJ Tucker, who is 6'5". So we need to get a true center for this team. And to do that, I'm not sure what we're going to do, but I'm going to trade Russell Westbrook, and I'll throw 2 first-round picks with him to try and bring in somebody that's actually going to help James Harden. There's a center and a good small forward. That would be interesting. Drummond, I don't know if he's the right center. Kristaps Porzingis might be the right center for this team. But bringing in LaMarcus and DeMar, that's a lot of money. But it's 2 solid players, but I don't think that's it. Do we try and pair up Devin Booker and James Harden? Do we go ahead and bring in Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez? I think this might be the way to go. Because you are bringing in a center if we need to play him, to start him. And then Chris Middleton play that small forward and spread the ball out. I think we'll go with this trade here. And then I also probably want to go ahead and change Robert Covington to a small forward. And then trade him away as well, because I'm assuming his tendencies are still not fixed in 2K. So if we throw in a couple pick swaps for second round picks, what can we get? Is there anything? Clint Capella back? See, Clint Capella was a really good center for them, and I don't really understand why they had to get rid of him. But Mitchell Robinson and then Taj Gibson, I guess we could do something like that. Mitchell Robinson and Taj Gibson are both, well, I guess Mitchell Robinson has a team option. So we could do that and run him at power forward or something. What other options are out there? Victor Oladipo, another shooting guard, is really not what we need because we have James Harden. But we could run James at the point guard too, I guess. But honestly, I think we just might... No, we don't want to keep Cov because we have... Yeah, we don't want to keep Robert Covington because we just got Chris Middleton. I was going to say we could keep him, but it just doesn't make sense to do that. So maybe we try and throw in first-round picks with Covington instead. We don't have a lot of first-round picks because we traded them all to get Russell Westbrook, and then we traded them all to get rid of Russell Westbrook. So, yeah. Spencer Dinwiddie. That's actually a solid point guard. I think we're going to go ahead and get Spencer. And now my goal is to trade some of these people like Eric Gordon and things and either get a good player or get a solid asset like a pick to bring back in. We could use a power forward now in the starting lineup, and that's pretty much all we need. So if we can bring in a power forward, I don't want Steven Adams to run at power forward. But if we could get like Draymond's contract, which isn't the best, but we could get a first round pick to use to trade for things, that is probably the best thing we can do. But because we need that pick. So we're going to get Draymond here. We're also trading Jeff Green in that. And then, you know, like, could I just flip, like, Daniel House and stuff? He's already 27 years old. He's not going to get a lot better because 2K doesn't let these older players get better for some reason, which is kind of frustrating because before everybody was just get super good, and now it's come to the fact that, like, you can't get very good. But I'm going to go ahead and trade for Bruno Fernando on this first because Bruno's a nice young player. We could probably send down to the G League, and then we also get a first-round pick to use. PJ Tucker could also be traded. We might even trade Draymond Green and try and get a pick for him. But is there someone we could bring, like Nemanja Bjelica as a power forward? Oh, hold on. First off, we got to go ahead and make PJ Tucker a small forward. Because on most teams, he's probably a power forward or a small forward. So let's just go ahead and trade him this way and see what other options. Get a first-round pick in Robin Lopez. We can get Duncan Robinson and Myers Leonard. Duncan, what's his contract look like? He's on only a one-year deal, but he would fit on this team really nicely. We get Joe Harris in a second. Darius Miller in a 2022 first. Duncan Robinson sounds like a really good option, actually. And we can re-sign him, so we're going to do that. We've got another shooter on this team, which we know we'll need because this is a pace and space offensive system. Ben McLemore might be able to get us something. I want to see what we can get for Draymond Green, though. And I'll throw in, like, this second and this second. See if we can get anything decent. Al Horford. No, not happening. Buddy Hield off the bench with Nemanja Bjelica. That's probably a pretty solid deal. And we can always use Buddy's contract to upgrade after this season. So I'm probably going to do that. We're giving up Garrett Temple as well. But let's go ahead and look at what the rotation would look like right now. So starting lineup's not great. We still are missing a power forward unless we want to run Bjelica. So power forward and center options, not very good. But at least they're there. They're people that aren't 6'5", which is like such an upgrade from what they had before. Then off the bench, we have Buddy Hield coming off the bench, Duncan Robinson, Ben McLemore. So I got to get like a center off the bench and then change like Duncan Robinson or Buddy Hield to a small forward. Which one's bigger? Okay, Duncan Robinson's going to small forward. He's 6'7". He can definitely play that. And then we're going to trade away Ben McLemore and maybe like Bruno Caboclo and a second and try and get a backup center. There's Willie Hernan-Gomez. Noah Vonleh. There's not a lot of options for centers out here. Omari Spellman. Do we go with Omari Spellman and Jared Vanderbilt? Sure, we'll do that. And we'll run a 10-man rotation. We don't need 11. Alright, so this is the bench. It's not great. We're probably going to send like Vanderbilt and Fernando down to the G League. And that's probably all we're going to be able to do. So, Bruno Fernando and Jared Vanderbilt down to the G League. Alright, this team is probably going to be pretty solid still because we have Harden, Middleton, and Dinwiddie. But outside of that, I don't feel super confident about anything. I'm going to try and trade a couple more bench pieces just to try and get some picks or something if we possibly can. Like any type of first round pick is what I'm looking for. And I'm not getting anything. I might go ahead and trade for like Juwan Hernandez and this second round pick, sure. And then I might trade away Myers Leonard, who we're not going to use. Actually, is he our backup power forward? I think he might be our backup power forward, so we'll leave him. I'll trade... You know what? Let's just leave it as it is. And let's just go ahead and simulate. We're not going to get first-round picks for anybody. So, with that being said, let me take a look at the salary cap. We are really in the hole. Yeah, so we might have to trade like Middleton and Hield this offseason. But we'll see what happens. For now, we are going to simulate. And I will see you guys at the end of season number 1. Alright, season number 1 is over, and 53 wins is actually solid for what team we had, so I'm happy with that. I'm not going to complain whatsoever. Obviously, probably not the best team in the Western Conference, but there's a chance that we are, actually. But here are all of the awards. James Harden makes All-NBA second team. And then, is there any other awards? Nobody on third team. Nobody on defensive first or second team in their rookie teams. I don't think we had any rookies, so... Oh, they don't even have rookie teams usually in the first season because there's not enough players. But anyways, we are the 3 seed, and we're going up against LA, who eliminated us last season. In real life, that was just a couple nights ago. But let's go ahead and look at the stats and see how we look. James Harden with 27 points, Buddy Hield with 20, Chris Middleton at 17, Dinwiddie at 15. He's probably going to decline his player option, but if we can re-sign him and use him or trade him, that would work out really well. Brook Lopez, pretty decent, but definitely need to upgrade the center spot if we want to actually win a championship. But let's go ahead and try and beat LeBron and AD. I don't see it happening. Yeah, no, they beat us in 5 again. We got to get revenge on them sometime. But in the meantime, looks like the Celtics beat the Clippers in the finals. That's something that could really happen in real life this year too, because the Celtics are in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Clippers are 1 game away, even though the Nuggets are looking really good. They're 1 game away from being in the Western Conference Finals. All right, so let's go ahead to the draft lottery. I don't think we had any picks. I don't see a Rocket pick. Okay, so let's go to the NBA. Actually, let's go to rookie signing. Make sure we didn't have a selection at all. We had a 2nd round pick, a 6th. Yeah, we'll hold. Sure. If this guy wants to come overseas after 2 years, good. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. All right, then we got Dinwiddie, Spellman, and Clemens. Dinwiddie declined. Spellman we're going to accept, and Clemens will accept that as well. Qualifying offers, we're going to extend it to Duncan Robinson and Jared Vanderbilt. I do not care about William Howard. Sorry, buddy. And I do not care about Michael Frazier. So, free agency. We don't have any money for Giannis, but we do have some big contracts we can trade away and try and get some money for Giannis. So, Chris Middleton, I'm sorry, but you will be going out the door if I can find somebody to replace you that is almost as good and does not cost me near as much. DeAndre Hunter, Clint Capella, that's interesting, but I think that's still going to be too much money. DeJounte Murray, Lucas Amanek, I don't mind that, because we run Murray at the small forward. He's probably really good. Okay, let's look at that, but let me go back and see how much money we even need for Giannis. $55 million. Okay, I'm going to trade Buddy Hield first. See what we can get for him. Kevin Porter Jr., I like that. That saves a ton of money, but it's a little bit of a downgrade. Clint Capella saves us a little bit of money. Mitchell Robinson saves us quite a bit. We also bring in a 1st round pick. I know this is so repetitive. You guys hate it, but I'm sorry. His contract's so good. And 2K, he actually performs really well. So, like, how do you not do that every time it pops up? All right, we're going to do that because I got to try and bring in. I haven't signed a big fish in free agency for a long time, I feel like. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can comment if I'm wrong, but I feel like I haven't signed like Giannis or anything in a super long time. All right. So now Lopez is going to be traded too. So let's just do that. Now we have a center, so it doesn't matter who we trade him for. Kevin Porter Jr. is a decent option. I don't need to bring in Capella for that money. Clay Hayes, I don't know who you are, but your contract is pretty nice. We just trade him straight up for a draft pick, which we definitely could use down the road. But we could also use Kevin Porter Jr. off the bench, maybe. Let's go with this draft pick. But what is this draft pick? Lottery protected. I don't want that. Give me this Thunder pick. And let me see. Chris Middleton, man. What are they gonna give me? I already looked at all these offers, but like, do we just go ahead and do this? Trade away Tyus Jones? I'm gonna go back and check how much money we need, I think, before I pull the trigger on anything. Because, like, if I could do this and I'd save $20 million, like, if that's enough, I might just go ahead and do that. So let's go back and see where Giannis is at. We are $18 million away. So if I trade away Chris Middleton for DeJounte Murray, will that free up enough money? It does. So we'll throw Giannis this contract. We'll throw Kawhi this contract. We will throw Anthony Davis this contract. Got to give him the player option as well. And are we at the top of any of their offers? We're at the top of AD's offers. We are at the not the top of Kawhi's offers and not the top of Giannis's offers. But we are getting Anthony Davis, so we have a big man, a true big man on this team. So let's bring in Anthony Davis, and we'll try and keep the rights on Dinwiddie and Robinson if we can. Okay. Oh, that didn't work. Now I lost AD, and my game froze. All right, the game is back. And now we lost Anthony. I'm so dumb. Okay, let's try and bring in Kyle Lowry, I guess. And then where are our guys with bird rights? Spencer Dinwiddie. Throw him this contract. So we're going to bring in Lowry and Spencer Dinwiddie. We don't have enough money for... God. I screwed this up, guys. I screwed this up so bad. Okay, let me see something. I screwed this up so bad. Oh my goodness. Okay, who can we afford? Gallinari? Let's throw him a contract. And let's throw into Gordon Hayward. Okay, see if we can get one of them to come in. Gallo's coming. We don't have any money for Hayward. So, Cantor, I guess. Get another center. We don't need another center, actually. Let's bring in... Damian Lee. Man, I screwed up. Dang. Okay. We're done in free agency. There's nothing else I can do. I have no money, and I screwed up. We could have had Anthony Davis, but I tried to get Spencer Dinwiddie back instead. I'm so upset at myself. That's ridiculous. All right. I'm going to go to training camps. I will send some people there. Then we'll get into season number 2, and I'll try to somehow fix what I screwed up. So the team doesn't look too bad, but it could have looked a lot better if this was Anthony Davis right here, but it's not. I'm probably going to go ahead and probably make... Should I make Spellman our power forward and then trade Samanik? I think we should. So I'm going to do that. So we'll trade Samanik with, like, Dwayne Bacon. And, oh, Devontae Graham would be decent. You know, that's a good backup point guard option. Matisse Thybulle also. We're going to go with Matisse Thybulle, Mariel Shayok. We don't have a single point guard. Oh, yeah. I made Spencer Dinwiddie shooting guard for some reason. I don't need to do that. Okay. So, we got Spencer at the 1, James at the 2, Murray at the small forward. Okay. Probably going to trade away Gallinari as well. But if we have him at the small forward, did he go up at all? Maybe he didn't. Yeah, he goes up 1. Okay, we'll do that. And let's trade away Gallinari. And if I throw in 2 first, because we have some first-round picks now, we might be able to upgrade a little bit. Zach LaVine, I don't need another shooting guard. But I could use a John Collins. We'd get Cam Reddish as well, which isn't... I mean, it's whatever, I guess. So, I think we go with John Collins, right? We're losing Duncan Robinson and a couple firsts, but John Collins on this team makes sense too, because I believe he is actually a really solid three-point shooter. Yeah, he is an A. Okay, so everybody in our team can shoot except for Mitchell Robinson, who I might look to trade here because he's on the last year of his contract anyway. So Mitchell Robinson and a first. Does that give me an upgraded center? That's on a different contract. Bol also same contract situation going on. Yeah, so we're not going to do that. Otherwise, we'll run with him and try and re-sign him at the end of the year, so that's fine. Let me see. So our starting lineup is good. That's where we need it to be. James Harden went down to a 94? That's ridiculous. But the bench now, we just need a backup point guard. So let's trade Damian Lee, Chris Clemens, and try and get a backup point guard, I think. So Lee, Clemens, and a 2026 first-round pick. Can that give me a good backup point guard? Not at all. Like, nothing. Okay, what if I gave you a 2023 pick instead? Chris Dunn, that's a little bit better. We'd get back a 2022 pick. Okay. I don't know why an offer like that wasn't there earlier. But whatever, we're going to go with that. Bring in Chris Dunn. And he's going to be our backup point guard. We got Thybulle, Spellman, Dunn, Reddish, and Cantor off the bench. All right. You know what? That's going to be the team we build. Unless I can upgrade like Spencer Dinwiddie with a couple firsts, maybe. I might be able to do something like that. Could get Zach LaVine. He wouldn't be... We'd have to run somebody at point guard. We could run like... Oh, we could get Brogdon. You know, Brogdon might not be bad. What's his contract? He's got 2 years left. Brogdon might be a decent option. We're going to do that. And because I have Dinwiddie a lot, and it doesn't always work out the best. So if Brogdon and Harden are together, all right, I feel confident with this team. Let's simulate season number 2. I think this team can win it all. We'll just have to see what actually happens, but I will see you guys at the end of the season. I thought we were going to hit 60 wins, and we only got 59, but either way, perfect. Way better than, not way better than last year, but I think that's like, what were we last year? 53 and 19 or 29, I think. So like 6 games better. But here are all of the awards if you guys are interested. Go ahead, pause. The Mavericks had 67 wins, so we're not going to be the 1 seed, which is not the end of the world. But do we have any All-NBA? Russell Westbrook makes All-NBA 3rd team on the Bucks. I did not expect him to be on the Bucks. But anyways, let's go ahead. Matisse Thybulle makes defensive 2nd team. Okay. Alright, so that's cool. And let's go ahead and see we're the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. James Harden, 26 points. John Collins, 19. Brogdon, 15. Murray, 13. Spellman, 12 off the bench. That was good. I'm glad I didn't trade him. Mitchell Robinson, 9 and 9. Alright, so I think we should be able to make it at least to the Western Conference Finals. Let's see what happens. We're going up against Zion. We beat them in 6. Now we have Jokic, Kyle Kuzma, Will Barton, Gary Harrison, Jamal Murray. Should be able to beat this team too. We're up 3-1. 3-2 now. 4-2 we do win. And now we have a series against the favorites, Dallas Mavericks. Can we beat them? Tied up 1-1. They go up 2-1. They go up 3-1. All right, let's simcast this and see if we can win. A lot of offensive talent on this. James Harden versus Luka is a ridiculous matchup that I would want to see in a 7-game series in real life. But we are going to force a Game 7, it appears, and we do. 11-point win. And now Game 7, the Western Conference Finals. And it's got a Game 7 out in the East, too, so they're not having any rest either if we make it to the Finals. But it looks like the Mavericks start out hot, but we come back pretty close. 6-point game. All right, can we stick it out? And it looks like we're going to. We are in the Finals in our 2nd year. That is a beautiful sight to see. And we have Kyrie, Kevin Durant, Jarrett Allen, Mac Blackman, and Karis LeVert, plus Rocco, DeAndre Jordan, Zan Musa. All right. Game by game with this one. We take Game 1. We take Game 2. They are the 1 seed, okay. So they have home court advantage. We take Game 3, baby. Let's go. This has got to be a W. Oh, we are blowing them out. I'm going to stop and jump in because I have quite a bit of time left. So with like 2 or 3 minutes left, I'm going to stop, jump in, and that's going to probably be the end of the video. So 2 minutes left. We are up by 34 points. I'll see you guys in there. All right, I don't ever really use the Rockets in 2K because, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Like, if I play like a Play Now game, pretty much just use the Timberwolves, which rarely happens. I don't play Now very often, just because I got to make sure that we're on the right. Okay, we need to go up to All-Star. But I don't play Now a lot because, like, it's just not a lot of fun playing by yourself, Play Now. I'd rather play in something like this or My GM, which has been great. I am posting that episode number 2 of the My GM series this afternoon at 2:30. So make sure to watch out for that. That's going to be a ton of fun. Hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am because it has been an absolute blast playing that. Matisse Thybulle with a dunk. Yeah, we're up by a ton in this game. But check out that My GM series, guys. It has been so great. And then I think tomorrow I am dropping my mock draft 2.0. I got over 5,000 views on the first one. So I'm hoping for big things with the second one too. Hopefully you guys like it. Yeah, that was it was literally so much fun seeing that video do so well. So I'm hoping the second one does well. Again, I'll probably have a couple more mock drafts come out too before the season actually, or before the draft actually comes, because it is so long that, honestly, we have a lot of time before the draft. I can get a lot of mock drafts, and I can never really convince myself that something is for sure going to happen, because, like, you just have no idea. Things could go so many ways, and it's hard because there can be trades on draft night. There's going to be probably a bunch. I know the teams with the first 2 picks are looking to trade, the Timberwolves and the Warriors. I'm not predicting any of that in the mock draft, but check that out. Check out the MyGM series. You guys understand. Let's get back to playing this game, though. All right. This team, I thought was kind of underwhelming to do this good in like the finals against a really solid Nets team, but I'm really glad that they did so well. Look at this. We got Chandler Parsons in the game. Mariel Shayok. Can he make that? He does not make that. All right. I'm used to jumping in games when it's close. Like, we are up by so much. Like, literally 34 points right now. It's just ridiculous. I could just stand here and take a bunch of penalties and everything, like violations, and we would still win this game because we are just up by so much. Cantor with a nice move inside. Let's go. All right. Can we steal this ball? We cannot. Foul. All right. I'm just going to simcast the rest of it. I don't want to see the celebration. You guys know I hate that. We end up winning by 34 points. Great job. Let's check who wins the finals MVP. I'm guessing James Harden. There it is. He averaged almost 30 points a game in the finals. Great stuff from him. But again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on post notifications and like the video if you haven't done that already. Appreciate that. Come back this afternoon, 2:30 p.m. Central Time, which is 4 hours after this video. My GM Part 2 will be out. Watch out for that. Also, mock draft tomorrow. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.